Late one winter evening, a carpenter named Samuel opened his laptop and typed, "The rail waits unfinished because I never asked you to stay," before deleting the words. The shop was cold and Samuel's hand still smelled of pine and linseed after shaping a newel post that would never be needed, for his son had already left for the coast and taken the last of the old stair plans with him. A week earlier the argument had cracked open like a board splitting under the plane. "You plan every joint but never speak what matters," his son shouted over the bench. "And you would break them all to rush the coast," Samuel answered. Voices rose until the door slammed and the frost patterns on the glass were all that remained. For weeks Samuel had turned to the screen the way other men turned to the bottle, and that night the cursor blinked after a simple query about oak movement. While composing the message he sanded the same spot on a scrap of maple again and again, the rhythm of keys like a slow metronome and the smell of cold metal on the tools rising with each pass, until he spoke one line aloud: "I planed that rail 6 times because I thought you would test it with your palm." He typed it, watched the words sit, then deleted them before the cursor could carry them further. He told the machine he had measured his life in completed tasks and now faced an unfinished son, that patience had always felt like surrender and that surrender felt like death. Samuel stood and adjusted the clamp on the newel post, tightening it against the wood grain. The paragraph sat on the screen for a long minute and Samuel did not delete it, adding only one line more, that he was tired of racing the light across the bench and wanted, for once, to watch it fade without switching on the lamp. When he finally closed the laptop the room was darker than he remembered, yet he stayed in the chair until the first grey of dawn crept across the bench. In the pale light Samuel traced the rough edge once more and wondered whether unfinished things could still bear a hand. Dawn touched the bench. Tools waited in silence. He never sent the drafted message, the post now stands at the foot of the stairs. Samuel sanded the rough edge smooth, then left a folded note on the bench before walking away.